Imagine this. People around Indy creating new ideas, discovering new potential, developing new concepts, designing the future, and daring to dream beyond the realms of imagination. I'm your host, Ashton Wolf, and this is Indy on the Town. We're on our way this morning to Nashville, Indiana, in beautiful Brown County, where we're going to meet up with an extraordinary team of documentary filmmakers who have an amazing story to tell. It's 6 a.m. and a little chilly this morning in Indianapolis, but we're on a mission and nothing can stop us. On this scenic drive to Nashville, Indiana, we can't help but notice the beautiful, bucolic landscape that passes by us like dried leaves in autumn. Historical towns peppered between acres of cornfields and idyllic American woodland. But this picturesque scenario holds a dark secret, one that haunts cities and towns across the country. This is the part of America that has come off the rails. Our first stop is the Hobnob Corner Restaurant, where we are going to meet up with the executive producers, the director, and the cinematographer of the new chilling documentary, The Addict's Wake. This powerful documentary tells the tale of an America gone wrong, where economic disparities still loom large despite talk of a burgeoning economy, where the hopes and dreams of a better day still evade a forgotten people, and where the hope of a brighter future has all but vanished.
It all started with a Facebook post, which really speaks to the power of social media. I had posted on a mutual friend of our other co-producer, who's not here today. I had posted on a mutual friend's page about the crisis of meth and opioid use in this county. Amy Pozak calls me, says, can I come down? Can we talk about this? She did. We decided that there was a story to tell. And we were sitting in my living room and I said, well, who are we going to get to direct it? And Amy says, I know this great director in Indianapolis. And I said, well, what's his name? And she said, it's Michael Hussein. And I said, I know him.
So she gets on the phone and she says, it's a voice from your past. And, it was great to reconnect just as old friends. And then when we started talking about what was happening here in Brown County, it wasn't something that I was aware of in terms of the scope of the addiction problem in this community. And this was more than just a series of individual humans. It's an entire community that is trying to respond to something. And that was also part of the difference, is that the community wasn't just sort of sitting and accepting. They're very active. They have, first of all, acknowledged the problem. One of the big problems around addiction is stigma. People just don't talk about it. It's like you wouldn't know necessarily that your neighbor or your neighbor's son is dealing with an addiction problem because there's a little bit of shame attached to that. But there doesn't necessarily need to be. The scope of this is so wide that it's very, very common. Everybody knows somebody who has been affected by this.
This is Amy Pozak, who is an executive producer of The Addict's Wake, along with Lisa Hall. Many of you know Amy from her column Where's Amy, which appears weekly in Current and Carmel. After coming off the heels of her award-winning film Grateful, which appeared at over 30 film festivals around the world, Amy was looking for a new project to sink her teeth into. And after seeing many posts about the opioid crisis, and in particular, posts by Lisa Hall, she contacted Lisa, and that was the beginning of a beautiful relationship. They partnered on the documentary film The Addict's Wake, and the rest is history. Since that time, they have held fundraisers to raise money to continue with filming, and we are honored to have them on the program to assist with that effort.
During the course of just trying to get to understand a full-time new community, there were 6 young men that had died within this very short period of time, all of overdose, either meth or heroin. And once I started meeting those families and kind of shared some of that information with Michael, that's kind of how the story got inspired. Like, let's start with what awakened this community. And that was those 6 deaths all within a very short amount of time. And these were great kids. If you talk to the community or to family members or to neighbors about these young men, they were beloved young men. I mean, star athletes, good students, good workers, and made a terrible decision to use highly addictive drugs, which they couldn't get free from.
Today, the film crew of The Addict's Wake, directed by Emmy Award-winning director Michael Hussein, are shooting scenes that feature Warren Cole, the owner of the Hobnob Corner restaurant, who faces this crisis every day. On the outside, Nashville, Indiana looks like an idyllic wonderland, but on the inside, businesses like the Hobnob restaurant are faced with the challenges of operating a small business in a tourist-driven town that is addicted to methamphetamines and opioids.
It's a small community. So Brown County is 15,000 people. When you remove 6 young men, age roughly 25 to 30, that is an enormous impact on a community like this. It's a huge void. There was a lot of, what do? We have to do something. And that attitude of do something really became kind of pervasive here. It was driven by one of the families who lost a son, but it has taken root with everybody. And that that spirit is a big part of kind of what we're watching, what we're talking with people about. And what we want to do is not just tell a story of destruction, but also tell a story of hope. So if there's a way for other communities to learn from the pain that has happened here, then that's really, really awesome for us.
It's our sole motivation, really.
Yes.
As we've moved along.
Yeah.
When you say.
You can't help but meet the people here and not want them to succeed. They're very, very authentic. They've been very, very open to talking about what's happened here and what they're dealing with. Because it's not like it just happened that it's gone. It is happening moment to moment here. It's happening right now. And so that ability to talk with people as they're living something is a really, really valuable, really unique opportunity. They've been very gracious to allow us to tell this story.
The Addict's Wake is a powerful and chilling documentary being helmed by Emmy Award-winning director Michael Hussein, executive producers Amy Pozak and Lisa Hall, cinematographer Brian Boyd, with creative consultation by Academy Award winner Don Glaskov.
But this isn't just a story about Nashville or Brown County, Indiana. This is an American story, and one that needs to be addressed immediately. These people are experiencing severe emotional pain, and we have to get to the heart of why that is.
Despite the news that the economy is growing and that America is finally great again, these are people without hope. And let's face it, without hope, there is no tomorrow.